Excuse me, guys. I have to eat. Haven't eaten all day. About to have a glass of wine. Can't have a glass of wine on a completely empty stomach. Hi, Stella. Hi, Alex. Hi, G. McKenna. Hi, guys. Oh, morning. Hello. Excuse my chewing, guys. I haven't eaten all day. I'm about to have a glass of wine. I can't drink wine with no food in my stomach. What's happening, guys? Hey, Nat Cohen. Hey, Jamie Dean. Hey, Alex. Hi, guys. What is happening? Would love your help. What's happened, Rosa, Ringer, and Arena Crystals? Tell me what's happened. Put it in the chat. Tell me. John, thank you, darling. I am. It just really touched me, your comments, and I had a big cry. It was just so sweet, darling. Thank you. Thank you very much. Evening. Hi, Anna. Who was the one who had a question? Put it in the chat, darling, and I'll try and answer it. You probably have might have to put it in a few parts. Rog, help. The self-concept magic is working on 3 of the wrong X's. Oh, it does, darling. That happens. Just drop the old story about the one you want. Look, my fucking ex is obsessed with me. It's actually fucking embarrassing. Right? But I don't want him. It's just what happens, guys. What can you do? Just know that that means your self-concept's working. You've just got to drop the old story about the SP that you do want. Okay, Rob, what's the story you got about her? Get rid of it. Cheers, guys. Happy... I was going to say, what day is it? Saturday. Met a guy, went on the best date, and he's pulled away to be there for his ex. Okay. So what stories do you have in your past? Have you ever had this happen before where people pulled away, where you've been abandoned by someone? Left you on red, ghosted you, disappeared, just ended the relationship suddenly. Have you ever had that before? Probably because you've got abandonment issues or some issue from childhood where people neglect you or disappear or treat others as more of a priority and you don't feel a priority. Which is it? Either you don't feel a priority, you're abandoned as a child, either someone left or died or wasn't there for you, or you were neglected in some way. Which is it? One of the 3. Tell me, and I'll give you the answer. A bath bomb. What are we talking about? Today I make 20 years old and I'm crying because my day is not being the way I wanted. I'm so sad. Oh, it's your birthday. What? You're 20 years old today, Alex. And, well, happy birthday, darling. Look, just try and decide what your day is going to be like and affirm that it's going to be the day you want. And my day is perfect. My birthday is always perfect. I love my birthday. I had the most perfect birthday. And if you can't get that done today, make sure tomorrow is better. Okay? Say, well, my birthday might have been a write-off, but tomorrow is going to be fucking amazing. I'm going to get so many well wishes from people, and my life is going exactly how I want it to. All right, guys? Please don't ruin your own birthday with your negative thinking. Try to affirm hardcore on your birthday, guys, because sometimes birthdays really affect you, especially if your SP doesn't contact you or your friends haven't contacted you. It's hard. Which lies for rewriting our stories. Anything that says childhood issues, childhood, abandonment. Guys, when you go to the search bar in the Facebook group, in the actual group, you can type in childhood, issues, self-concept, stories, story, any of those words. I want to manifest a text, but he ghosted me. Stop saying he ghosted you. Start saying he's busy. Start saying he's just thinking of something to say. Guys, give a good meaning. Stop assuming that when they disappear for a little bit, they've ghosted. They haven't. You know the amount of guys who I used to date and they disappear for weeks and the next minute they'll be like, hi. And you're like, fuck, dude, go away. You know what I mean? When I used to date a lot, that's what they used to do. And used to be like, oh, whatever. Loz, you're amazing. Thank you for helping me be the best possible me. Oh, you're wonderful, Helen Rigby. Oh, that's wonderful. Currently watching Selena the series. What's Selena the series? Never heard of it. As in the one with Angelina Jolie, where she played the... Oh, no, that's Gigi or Gia. That's Gia. What's the name of the series? I'm starting to get mistaken between the 3D and my imagination. Can't tell which one is which anymore. Wonderful, Amy. That's great. That's what you want to be doing. Hang on, guys. I'm going up. Just trying to keep positive, and we are both overthinkers. I'm Cancer, he's Scorpio. Rose, I'm sorry. Have you ever watched me before? Their astrology has fucking nothing to do with anything. You're going to find some reason why you're not going to get the love you need because he's Cancer and you're Scorpio and some fucking complete bullshit that you believe about astrology. Astrology has no bearing on anyone. God damn it. Please don't watch my videos because no wonder you're lost as fuck. You're now talking about astrology like it means something. Tell me what happened in your childhood, rosary crystals. Nothing to do with their fucking astrology. Jesus Christ. My SP is getting married in October. He said we have a spiritual connection. I'm confused. Guys, so many people have got married and they're still contacting their SPs now. Contacting the girls that I've had calls with. Marriage to marriage. Is it an arranged marriage? Is it one where he has to get married? Is it one where he doesn't love the girl? Who gives a shit? Circumstances don't matter. Okay? Watching from London. Oh! Loz had movement. I did reach out first, but it's a start. Wonderful, darling. Look, if it's movement and it's moving, good for you, darling. Go ahead. No. Met a guy when I went on the best days, pulled away to be there for his ex-addiction. No. Okay, well, darling, it's got nothing to do with him. So, Rosary, instead of focusing on the fucking astrology and trying to keep positive, which I don't fucking recommend, why don't you tell me what the fuck happened to you in childhood where people would pull away from you and go and spend time with their ex who's got addiction issues? You need to tell me what the fuck happened in childhood so I can tell you what the fuck to affirm. Because apparently it's all about his astrology. It's all his fault. It's all to do with him. And actually, if you've bothered to watch any of my fucking videos that are longer than a minute on TikTok and you actually watch my Facebook Lives, you will understand that it's got nothing to do with him. And you've probably been listening to some LO idiot and someone who talks about astrology and about Scorpios and Virgos and Leos and Cancers and whatever the fuck, okay? And you think that's got some bearing on it. And guess what, darling? All it is you're thinking about you, him, and the situation. That's all that's manifesting what's currently happening, and it's got fucking nothing to do with astrology or keeping positive. I want to know what the fuck had happened to you in childhood and what your relationship history has been like and how men have treated you in the past. And then I can tell you what the fuck to affirm because you're lost as hell and you're focusing on stupid shit like astrology and thinking that means something when it literally means nothing because you create your reality with your thinking. When you went out on a date with him and he started disappearing or talking to his ex, what did you start thinking? Did you start thinking, oh, he doesn't like me, he likes her more? He's going to leave? I'm not the priority? What were you thinking? And tell me about your childhood because I can't give you an answer because you're focused on all this LOA and astrology bullshit. You clearly haven't ever watched another one of my lives ever in the history of time. Because to come on here and talk about astrology means you're lost as hell. Honestly. Sorry to be harsh, but like, really? I asked you about your childhood and your answer was no? It's all about your childhood, darling. Your subconscious mind runs what's currently happening. What the fuck is in your subconscious? I need to know about your childhood so I can know what the fuck you're thinking that's causing him to act the way he is. You're causing it. If you don't get this and you're blaming astrology and talking about thinking positive, being positive, you're lost as shit. And you don't have a chance in hell of getting him away from the ex that's got addiction issues. Got it? I'm sorry to be really harsh, but anyone who comes on here and talks about astrology, I'm going to shout at because it means they've never fucking watched me ever in their lives. Hi, Loz. My 3D is so shit at the moment. Why is SP hot and cold? Is this delayed 3D from past? Because you keep fucking coming on here, Desi, and every 5 minutes you're complaining about the dude and how bad it's got. And then you're wondering why it's got hot and cold. I haven't heard you be positive about the situation for a while. So, big surprise. Have you been having positive thoughts about him? For the last couple of weeks, I bet you fucking haven't. And now it's cold. This comes from your thinking, darling. What have you been thinking? Is it okay? The news story is just your SP saying they love you and can't live without you. That's wonderful, darling. Do that. I answered, nothing happened in my childhood. What an absolute fucking load of bullshit. So you're telling me you've attracted a guy who can go up and leave you to go and hang out with an ex with addiction issues and you're telling me nothing happened in your childhood. I'm sorry, darling. I've had over 500 client calls and let me give you the tip. You can have the most Pollyanna, amazing childhood of all time and you'll still have fucking negative thinking that's causing your reality. I don't mean you got locked in a broom cupboard and raped from the age of 2. I mean, what was your childhood like? What were your parents like? How were you treated? What thoughts do you have about relationships? What were your previous relationships like? If you can't answer those fucking questions, no wonder you're lost as fuck and you're focusing on absolute bullshit like astrology. Leave my account now because you're lost as hell. Nothing happened in your childhood, darling. Something always happens in people's childhoods. It doesn't matter if you've got the best child in the world. I just want to know what it was like. Okay, sorry, you're just being rude now. Darling, this is how I talk. I get people's SPs back by shouting and screaming at them when they're talking nonsense like fucking astrology. So if you don't like it, this is not the account for you. We get our SPs back here. We get the life we want. We don't talk about astrology and bullshit like that. Sorry, this is not the place for you, darling. It really isn't. Go back to that dude who sells manifestation candles for $50 and talks about the Lionsgate portal and talks out of his fucking asshole and has 100,000 followers who can't manifest their SPs. Go and watch him. And all the other losers on here who don't have the slightest clue about how their subconscious thinking is creating their reality. Your subconscious thinking about this guy and about yourself is creating the current circumstance. And if you bother to listen to me and give me the answer I was seeking, I could give you the answer. But because you're so determined that I'm being rude, which, by the way, has everything to do with you and not me, everyone's you pushed out, so you think I'm being rude, therefore, in your reality, I'm being rude. You're not understanding that you're causing it. And I'm really sorry to have shouted at you. But when people come on here and talk absolute bullshit like astrology, I have to shout because they're not understanding they're causing their reality. Sorry. This is not the account for you. We take responsibility here for our thinking, that we create our reality, and we don't blame things on astrology or other people. Yes, go Lods. People can't handle the way you talk. They have issues. Look, sorry, guys, it's harsh, but it's true. You cause your reality. If you can't handle that, this is not the account for you. This is the account where we get our shit. Sorry. Sometimes we need to be shouted at in order to get the point. I'm sorry, guys. Some people can't handle my shouting. Well, then don't be on here. Loz isn't being rude. It may be tough to hear, but there are issues that you're figuring out issues, which was what changes your life. Guys, honestly, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm trying to get the answer out of you because you're talking bullshit. Like astrology and Cancer and Scorpio. And let me give you the tip. That guy won't be coming back anytime soon, darling. If you're still watching, I'm just going to tell you what's going to happen. He's going to focus on the ex, and you're going to focus on your shitty self-concept, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And then you're going to go to him and you're going to probably do something in the 3D, like ask him why he's doing it, and he won't be able to give you an answer. Then you're going to go to your friends and you're going to say, oh, but he's a Scorpio and I'm a Cancer, and therefore, and they're going to think, no, you stupid bitch. It's because you always do this and you don't get what your self-concept's like, and we see it as your friends, but we're not going to say it to your face because we don't want to hurt your feelings. Where someone like Loz will be blunt and hurt your feelings and tell you the truth, but we won't tell you. So this is just going to be a constant pattern that happens with you with men until you work out that you are the only cause and you're doing it. Sorry, darling. SP seeing later. Been living the end lately and letting it be. Wonderful, darling. Wonderful. Seeing SP later. Love it. I spent months after me and my ex broke up saying he'd come back, and where after. It's my reality now. Oh, wonderful, darling. So he's back. Wonderful. Okay, so I want my man to let me chill and him to continue to take care of me like he has been. Well, then say that, darling. Since I was ill. Oh, he's been looking after you since you were ill. That's wonderful, darling. I'm manifesting back a better version, still working on my mindset and staying positive. Wonderful, darling. Just keep seeing him as that new version. Keep seeing him as that, okay? I was affirming for Homus dip and things keep getting in the way of SP. Been a year, help. Been affirming. Why? What? I read two at once. It didn't make any sense. Been manifesting constantly. Things keep getting in the way of SP. Been a year, help. Well, you're getting in your own way, darling. You're getting in your own way. You're your own obstacle. It's never anything else or anything else outside of you that's in your way. You're in your own way. What old story do you have about them? That's what's in your way. Get rid of that. Where's the hummus? I was affirming for hummus dip, and my cousin brought me 1 kilo of hummus. Manifest anything, guys. You're passionate, and that's what we need. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to shout and yell at that girl, but she was lost as hell. She needs to go back to that guy with the salt lamp who talks about fucking Lionsgate and sells manifestation candles and a complete fucking charlatan. The dude with the glasses. And all those other fuckwits on here. Hey, Loz, did Connie decide not to come see us? Yes. I'm having a drink with her later and she doesn't want to do the live. She's like, no. I'm like, okay. Sorry, darling. Thanks for the glasses, whoever sent that. Love when you speak truth. Sorry, girl. I'm glowing today. Oh, thanks. You shout because you're passionate about helping people. Yes, guys. I caused my SP to get the girl he's with now pregnant. I messed up big time. Oh, Rochelle's. Oh, darling, really? Were you imagining that? Were you imagining that in your reality that he would do that and then he did? Oh, darling, what an awful thought to have had and then realise you manifested that or you thought he'd move on or whatever bullshit thoughts you had. Oh, darling, that's awful. Just start saying it's not his. He doesn't want the baby. He wants me. Give it all good meaning now. Can't stand the idea of having a baby with her. He just wants me. Just wants me. Yes, go, Loz. If people can handle the way you talk. Affirming married to SP, I slipped and caught myself starting to say out loud, my husband to someone. Oh, did you telling your husband? I guess. Haven't talked to him in a long time. I'm so scared he got the jab. What are we talking about? Are people made for each other? If you think you are made for them, you are made for them. You decide, darling. You decide. That's me spamming emotes, Loz. Haha, sorry. It's just spamming emojis. Oh, you sent me ice creams. Thank you, darling. Any tips on keeping positive mindset and persisting even when things are good? Look, when things are good, that's when people let it slip and they don't do it anymore. Just start thinking, do I want to go back to the old me? Fuck no. Do I want to go back to the old circumstances? Oh, shit, no. Think about that. Think about when it was bad, when it's good. It's easy to not affirm. It's easy to feel positive when it's good, guys. That's when it's easy. All it takes is self-concept. It was never about anyone else but you. Exactly. That's why I was shouting at that girl, because she was blaming the guy about his astrology and had fucking nothing to do with the guy. Sorry. Who's this? I'm giving him the silent treatment. What the fuck? Hang on. Where's that? I just read that. Who the hell is giving people silent treatment? I'm giving him the silent treatment, but I want him to chase me. Help. Well, that won't fucking help, darling. What the fuck are you doing? Who have you been listening to? Giving them the silent treatment, they'll probably just disappear and fuck another bitch. And you'll be coming on my live. I wanted him back. I gave him the silent treatment to manipulate him and get him to do something, but it's backfired spectacularly in my fucking face. Guys, when you give them the silent treatment, you've got to think, what am I doing? What am I thinking whilst doing that? I'm coming from a place of fear and neediness and desperation. So I'm doing something desperately to get an effect on them, to have an effect on them, to get a rise out of them, to manipulate them. And it will backfire every fucking time because it doesn't matter what you do in the 3D. It's what you're thinking whilst doing it. I'm doing this to manipulate you. You're not giving me what I need. So I'm going to force something on you to make you think differently, act differently, be different. And they won't because you don't see them differently. You're not seeing yourself differently. You're not working on your self-concept and you're not seeing a new version of them. So silent treatment is going to blow up in your face, darling, and you're going to be coming back here in a couple of weeks and saying it didn't work. It never fucking works. Have you worked on your self-concept that's allowing you to have fearful thoughts that you even need to go silent with him? Probably not. SP wants space, but I keep affirming that he can't be without me. Okay, so don't worry about him saying space, okay? That's old thinking. That's the old thoughts you had about him before coming out. Just affirm that he wants to be with you. He can't be without you, and slowly it will change. Thank you. Every time SP mentions third-party visiting, I react and I think he's now going to go, no contact. Stop thinking that, darling. Please stop focusing on the third party. The more you focus on the obstacle will grow. Third parties, no contact, their behaviour, blah, blah, blah. It just gets worse. That's why COVID's getting worse, because everyone's fucking focused on it, and the more they focus on it, the more it will grow and it won't fucking go away. Hi, Loz. What affirmations can I use for SP to stay the night with me? He always says no to me. Why are you asking? Don't ask. Imagine. Imagine every night that he's got his arms around you and you're spooning and you fall asleep that way. Imagine every morning he climbs on top of you and have morning sex. Imagine that. Don't have to say anything. Use your mind, darling. Do you have to figure out exactly what happens in my childhood to stump my financial success? Yes. What fearful thoughts did your family always have about money? Money doesn't grow on trees. We can't afford that. Put that back. No. You're only having one of those. What kind of shit did your family do? Did they have broke-ass thoughts when you were growing up? Were they without jobs, without money, losing their home, going bankrupt, etc.? What happened in your childhood regarding money that now gives you the money issues you now have? I got famous, Crush text me back. And again later that day, hours later, oh, famous Crush. Holy shit. If they want space, do we give them that, or does that count as silent treatment? No, give them the space they need, guys. Please don't run around trying to message them or see them or bullshit if they're trying to have space. Give them the fucking space. Give them the space, and then be saying, whilst giving them the space, he can't be without me. God, he's missing me. Every moment he's away from me, he misses me. He wishes we hadn't done this space thing. He's fucking missing me like hell. Masturbating furiously about me every day. He can't stand it. Say that. Virtual hugs from Raw Boost. Oh, thanks, darling. Oh, my hair's stuck in my glasses. Ah! Ow! So does your SP have his own free will? No, guys. No one in your reality has their own free will to do anything but reflect what you are thinking. That's how it works. Scrolling up. Loz, you look radiant today. Oh, thank you. Can I ask you all to give me a little support so that my 20th birthday turns out to be better? Yes, darling, we're all supporting you. Happy birthday. But start affirming for what it is you want today. Start building yourself up. Do self-concept rampages so you feel shit tons better today. Stand in front of the mirror and tell yourself how beautiful you are and that your 20th year is going to be the best year yet. And rampage that shit and you yell and scream at yourself about how fucking gorgeous and amazing and special and talented and loving and beautiful you are and that your year is going to be the best year yet. I hate when people use astrology. My coworker says, oh my God, you're such a Taurus. Too bad, I'm a Leo. It's hilarious when they get it wrong. And you're like, yeah, I'm not that. The great analysis. Loz, have you read The Placebo Effect? Wow, I so believe in that. No, I don't know that. But look, there is such thing as a placebo effect, meaning if I say this wine glass is going to manifest for me like people do with fucking crystals and bay leaves and shit, it's a placebo. It's a belief in it. You can tell a man who's dying, drink this liquid every day and you will live. And they'll live. There's so many experiments like this, placebos. There's a fantastic experiment where they took two groups of people with knee issues. They all needed knee reconstructions. Opened up all these people's knees, did nothing, closed the knee up, made the scar. Opened this knee up on these people, did the reconstruction, closed the knee up. Told them all they'd had the reconstruction. Everyone healed the same and everyone's knee was perfect. Even the one that didn't have the knee reconstruction. Because they believed they did. Placebo. Got it? My house burned down 2 weeks ago. Oh my God, me and my partner split 3 weeks ago. Will things get better? Holy shit, Kerry Hutt, that's bloody terrible. Your house burned down, then you split. Jesus Christ. Things are going shit in your reality, bloody hell. Things are burning down around you, literally. Don't. Go to my latest video where I'm holding a mug and I'm talking about being like the dog in the meme where his reality is burning down around him and he's holding a mug and he's saying, everything's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Don't worry, I'm fine. I want you to start saying that. I'm so fine. Doesn't matter what's burning around me. I'm fine because I can recreate this. So I want you to recreate in your mind what you want to happen. You want your SP back. You want a beautiful home. I love my beautiful home. My man loves me so much. He's constantly telling me how much he loves me. We're in the most beautiful, happy relationship. My home, our home together is so beautiful. Start affirming those things, darling, and work on your self-concept. I've finally been able to manifest two things, small things easily. I feel like it's working, hopefully, SP. Wonderful. Yes, guys, if the small things are working, know that it works, okay? It works. Conform soon too. Yes. Going on a date and my poor self-concept has kicked in. Yikes. Go on rampage. Go and listen to Kim Belez's goddess meditation. That really helps. Listen to it on a loop. It's really good. Hi, Loz. What affirmations can I say for my SP to tell his mum about me, please? He's loving to show me off. He loves to show me off. He shows me off to everyone. He's told his family all about me. Say that time. Check out Thought Adventure podcast on YouTube. Thought Adventure. Never heard of this. What's that about? Thought Adventure. Placebo experiments. There are so many. That's why they use placebos in trials. They have to. Because they understand the concept of belief. And they have to use placebos as a marker whether or not people are just believing it or it's actually working. Because they know they understand placebos, the belief in placebos work. That's why they're always used in scientific experiments. There's never not a placebo in a trial. Morning goes, hi, Sarah. He loves me so much. He wants to tell his whole family about me. He's always showing me off. Yeah, that's lovely. Plus, I'm always trying to keep positive, doing self-concept SP affirmations. It will be all good. Yes, Desi, say that. After 7 months, I manifest my SP back and affirm he's my husband. Lately, he talks randomly about marriage. Wonderful, officially, Lee. That's great. Wonderful, darling. How did you persist for 7 months? What helped? Yes, tell us, darling. What did you do? That's wonderful. Oh, thanks for the rose, darling, Jess. Sorry about my eating, guys. Have I moved into my beautiful new beachfront place yet? No. But today, I went to Bunnings, which is like a place where you get plants, and I bought these cane, what are they called? Golden palms, and some what are they called? Stratophyllums, and some new plants. And I put them in there, and some pot plants and shit. I'm looking forward to it not being cluttered with all my crap and having all nice new stuff in there. I'm very much looking forward to it. Probably in 2 weeks, guys, before my birthday. I manifest everything to my 3D so quickly. Why is there any lag with SP? Because you've got an old story about them in power. So what is it? What's the story you're holding about the breakup? Do you keep reminiscing about it, keep thinking about it, mulling over it? Do you keep seeing the old version of him that doesn't want you? Are you affirming in your mind by thinking he doesn't want you? Are you saying things like, he doesn't love me, he's not coming back? That's why. Up to 7 months. Oh, that's all one. Can you tell us about the things you've manifested? You're such an interesting person. Oh, darling. Thank you. Look, SPs, houses, cars, career. Look, this current house I got by imagining I lived here. When there was a rental crisis, there were 15 people in a queue out the front 15 minutes early before I saw this house. I just imagined I lived here. I saw my furniture here. I imagined I lived here, right? I got this house over 700 people who offered more money than me and longer leases. I just got a brand new rental by imagining I lived there, even though it was like the most ridiculously low rent. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the rent that it is. It's $425 a week and it has an ocean view. And my brother lives 4 blocks away and he pays $700 a week for the same view. Actually, my view is closer to the beach. When you see my life, when I go live in there, you guys will be like, you're so close to the beach, it's crazy for $425. Like if that was in Miami or something, it'd be thousands upon thousands a week, right? It's cheap. But what I'm saying is I imagined I lived there both times, and both times I got the houses over everyone else. And I also got the price I wanted by affirming I got a cheap rental, right? I got the car I wanted by affirming I was driving my current car, my cheap, nasty car, as my new car. Right? And even though I was told I'd get no credit, I didn't take no for an answer and I got my car, right? Lots of different stories like that are in the Facebook group. Guys, if you're lost as hell and you think you need to hear success stories, please do go and watch all these lives back in the Facebook group because we have success stories coming in every live, okay? And in the Facebook group, the main page is only for success stories. You can read them if you're really not understanding that you can do this too. Go there and read the encouraging posts and the success stories and watch the lives back because it's really fucking encouraging, okay? Not just my manifestations, but everyone else's in the group, okay? I'm affirming for my BMW monster car. Oh! Never had a boyfriend. Manifest daily, everything but an SP. Well, then just say, I love my new boyfriend. I love my new man. He's so beautiful to me. He treats me so beautifully. Imagine you're sleeping in a bed with a guy every night. You don't even know who it is. What are some good affirmations for a modelling career? I love being the world's most famous model. I am such a famous model. I am a high class. I am a top model. I am Australia's top model. I'm in England's top model, wherever you live, okay? I get so much work. I'm on the cover of Vogue. I'm getting so much work. I don't even know what to do with myself. I'm constantly travelling for modelling work. I love being a model. I'm a high-paid model. So that. Step into the state of model every day. When you step out into the street, imagine you are one. And everyone will treat you as such, and people start commenting on your looks and giving you work. Trust me. Oh, rewatch Bruce Almighty with the Law of Assumption knowledge. It'll be a whole new movie. God, I saw that when it came out. I have to watch it again. The one with Jim Carrey. He talks to God all the time, doesn't he? Really? How interesting. The group is amazing. I absolutely love the challenges. I'm a queen. Yes, we're doing a king and queen challenge at the moment, guys. It finishes tomorrow. stepping into your king and queen energy and getting treated beautifully by everyone. How to get SP to want a relationship. I'm getting hot and cold behavior. Right, so hot and cold behavior is because you're thinking that he doesn't want you and then he does want you and he doesn't want you and he does want you and he does love you and he doesn't love you. He's looking at other girls and now he's just looking at you. What are you thinking constantly? That's where the hot cold comes from. It's your thinking that's causing it. Okay, imagine you're already in a relationship and see only the version of him in your mind that you want, and anytime his behavior is wrong, not what you want, affirm what you do want. Yes, he just snaps his fingers and gets whatever he wants. Oh, does he? And Bruce Almighty. I must watch that again. Affirming is like ordering in a restaurant. You put the order in now, you wait for it to arrive. Yes! It doesn't come straight away. They haven't cooked the fucking thing. You don't stand there going, so exactly how are you cooking my steak? What are you doing? You stand at the kitchen door. Excuse me, is that my steak? Are you putting that? I want that well done. Are you? Can you imagine if you were that bitch? They're the people who are trying to figure out the how. Standing at the door of the kitchen and the waiter's like, can you back away? Can you just go and wait for your fucking dinner? You crazy bitch. I'm affirming my baby's dad will finally meet her, still no response. Okay. He loves our baby. He loves our little family. He loves spending time with her. He loves her so much. He's constantly holding her and telling her how much he loves her. He loves being a dad. Say those things, darling. I haven't been manifesting my SP as much, like I've forgotten about him. Any tips? Darling, that's probably because your self-concept's improving. Don't worry about it. It'll still come about even if you've forgotten all about them. What's this? In Miguel's Sure Thing song mentions Neville Goddard. Really? Who's this Miguel? Sure Thing song mentions Neville Goddard. Really? Who's Miguel? I don't know that guy. Almost time for a new challenge. Yes, what should our new challenge be, guys? Oh, it was going to be a body positivity challenge. That's what it was going to be. That's a good one. I need that. How to get SP to want a relationship. I saw that one. Telling dad not to worry about the other people with offers on this house. No resistance allowed. Yeah, don't let your dad talk about it. Just go, Dad, we've got this. Thank you. Let's not discuss it. It's best not. I'm just going to be like, la, 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 cat. What time is it, guys? I love living in the end. Often it's nice. Yes, guys. Living in the end feels good. Feels good. Oh, Loz, I'm so excited. Can't wait till we're both in our new houses celebrating on the lives. Yes! Hooray. What's something you wish you could tell everyone? What's something you wish you could tell everyone? Can't think of anything. I don't know. I tell everyone most things. What time is it where you are? It's 5:39 in the afternoon. Morning. Going through some emotional time due to the loss of a loved one, getting hard for me lately to manifest. Look, guys, sometimes grief happens. Sometimes people die. People die in your reality. Don't beat yourself up because you're not affirming or you're feeling low or you're not feeling positive when someone's died. Don't be hard on yourself. Can I manifest passing an exam even though I've already done the exam? Yes, darling, I got the grade I wanted. That grade came to me so easily. I passed that with flying colours. And imagine getting the grade back and seeing it on the paper. The grade you want. Lois, the boat is happening. Just a little group. So intimate. Oh, even better than you imagined, Anna. Great. Do you have to do shadow work? I don't believe in shadow work, guys. I do believe in working on your childhood issues, which is similar to shadow work. What I don't like about shadow work is the premise that you have a shadow or a dark side that you have to get rid of. I think that's complete crap and a really negative way of looking at yourself. And it's not going to help you to think you've got this dark side you have to get rid of until such time as all the shadow work's done. You can't manifest because you've got this dark shit going on. No one's got dark shit going on. They've just had bad things happen in their childhood. They've just had negative parents or bad parents or abuse or things have happened. What happened to you? It doesn't define who you are. It's what happened to you. And I don't like the way shadow work talks about it like you are inherently flawed. Fuck that. Shit happened to me. That doesn't define me and I can change it. Oprah's got a really good book that came out and I have to read it, but I love the title. What happened to you? She got raped as a child and had to have a baby. That happened to her. It doesn't define who she now is, does it? She didn't spend her entire life thinking, oh, I've got a dark side and I've got the shadow because I was raped as a child and therefore my life's fucked. No, it's what happened to you. That's why I don't believe in shadow work. I think it's flawed in the premise of the way they set it up. Can you manifest for someone else? Now my ex has issues that he needs to work through to be happy. Look, stop saying he needs to work through issues to be happy. Stop affirming he has issues. See him differently. See him as without issues, whole, happy, content, amazing, loving life. Start saying all those things about him and stop seeing him as a person who has issues, but you can absolutely see him that way. I do that for people all the time without telling them. See them differently. See for the blind man, and whatever the fuck you do, stop saying he's got issues. Because he'll keep turning up with issues in your reality if you keep affirming he has them. Okay. I've read Oprah's book and it's seriously amazing. The most interesting book read. Oh, you've read it. I must get a copy of it. Oprah's a huge fan of LOA, yeah. Does whether you write down your manifestations or not? What? Does it matter if you write down? Look, I don't believe in writing them. I believe in thinking them. Mm-hmm. I deleted all social media accounts before. That's in 3D and it doesn't matter. Yes, do that, guys. If it helps you, delete them all. Do it. I have a fear of driving. What can I affirm so I can pass my driving test? I love driving. I'm such a good driver. I'm such a good driver. I'm an excellent driver. Say like Rain Man. I'm an excellent driver. I'm an excellent driver. Okay? I love to drive. I feel so safe when I drive. I'm an excellent driver. I know exactly what I'm doing when I'm driving. I pass my test so easily. I pass that driving test with flying colours because I'm an excellent driver and I love to drive. And while you're doing the test, think to yourself, I love to drive. I love driving. I'm an excellent driver. Affirm it while you're driving. It's so perfect because it backs up law of assumption from a biological standpoint. If you're never skeptical, you see that literally how brains are wired. Oh, in the book? Really? Oh, because she is such a fan of manifestation. Oh, good. I must read it. So I keep affirming until it happens, right? Yes, darling. Is your ex still obsessed with you because you don't want him anymore, not attached? It could be that. Yeah, could be that. I think it's also because my self-concept really improved after him because I was with someone else and that person was helping me build up my self-concept and was seeing me. He was loving me the way I was and I really needed that boost. And I think when he came back into the picture, I was already with the other guy. And so my self-concept was already really strong at that point. And so he just fell in love with me, the new version of me, even though, because my self-concept before was fucking it up with him, even though he liked me and really liked me when we first met. When we first met, 6 years prior, 7 years ago, he was saying, oh my God, can you believe we've met? Like, we went to the same school, we went to the same auditions, we should have met before, this is kismet, this is amazing, we're meant for each other, right? And then it started to dwindle and then got really bad and then terrible. And then we didn't speak for 6 years, right? So what I'm saying is my self-concept caused that because he loved me at the beginning, thought I was great at the beginning, and I undid it. So how I did it again was I built up my self-concept by the time he came back. And then he didn't want to go away. Mm-hmm. I woke up this morning to SP movement, a deleted message, and my number deleted. What? Well, that's weird. Woke up this morning to SP movement of a deleted message and my number deleted. How do you know your number was deleted? That's weird. So she must have sent something recently and then what? And deleted it again. Deleted it recently while you were asleep or something. Give that movement, darling. She's thinking about you. When they send you shit and they delete it, give that really good meaning. Oh my God, hi girlfriend, hi. How did you decide which SP you wanted when the old SP came back? It actually took me a month because I was so shocked by the old SP coming back and being the way he was and he was so wonderful to me. I actually let him stick around for 3 months before I really, no, maybe not 3 months. When I met him in January, I think by May I was madly in love with my second SP and we'd met in January, got together in February, so by May I was madly in love with him. So by then the other SP didn't really have a chance by then, but we just became friends and then one day he just said, you're not going to leave him, are you? And I said no, and that didn't happen until about September. So I just let him be my friend, but I kept telling him nothing's going to happen. And, oh no, before September, that's right, we got this huge fight one night because he wanted to ask me for dinner around May, June, and I said, I can't come to your house for dinner. And he said, why? I said, that's like a date. He goes, no, it's not. And I said, no, dude, no, we can't do that. I can hang out in the day with you and shop in IKEA with you and stuff, and we can be friendly, but that's it. And then he chucked the shits and we didn't speak for months. How to attract an SP back 101. Darling, work on your self-concept that caused the breakup in the first place. What fearful thoughts were you having when you were together? What fearful thoughts were you having, especially just before the breakup? That's what caused the breakup. Figure that out and affirm against that. Then, when you've realised what those thoughts were, have a look at it and see, is that attached to the way I think about me, my self-concept, my concept of myself? Oh, yeah. If I thought he didn't love me, it's because I don't feel lovable because in my childhood, I wasn't loved enough or I was told there was something wrong with me. If I always thought he was going to leave, it's because, oh, yeah, that's right, in childhood, I was abandoned. If I couldn't trust him, oh, yeah, that's right, it's because in childhood, I was abused. If I felt like he was never going to give me the love I needed no matter what he did, it's because I didn't get the emotional love and care and guidance and support from my parents when I was growing up. You've got to understand that whatever fearful thoughts you're having are connected to your self-concept, so you've got to get rid of those fearful thoughts, firm against those, and then change the self-concept that caused those fearful thoughts. That's it. And then imagine you're together already. I am with them now. I am that. I am a girlfriend. I am the girlfriend. Will this be live on Facebook? Yes, darling, but it'll take a while. Hi, Charlotte Bryce. How are you, darling? Bruce. I just was saying Bruce Almighty. I just called you Charlotte Bruce. Doesn't matter if you said we're never getting back together. Yes, it doesn't matter what they say, guys. It's your fears out of their mouth. Don't worry. Can you please do a video of self-concept affirmations, please? I've got a lot in the Facebook group, guys, and on my TikTok. There's a section called self-concept. There's an affirmations thread, but there's also a folder of all the affirmations. Okay, go and look at those. Did you know, manifesting Kimberly personally, I'm trying to get an appointment but haven't heard back. No, I don't know her personally, guys. I don't. I'm loving this live. Oh, good, darling. Maybe they mean that your self-concept should be high for desire to keep working, but you use their energy. What are you talking about, Nathan? Mine is perfectionism. Yeah, look, I'm a major perfectionist because I always felt not good enough, so I'm always trying to perfect everything. You're very mellow today, Loz, am I? Must be because I just had a wine. I've hardly eaten anything. Myself, I wasn't at the beginning of the live. I was shouting at someone, then she told me I was rude and she left. Is Connie coming on? No, Nat, sorry. She's not going to. What's your favourite colour? What's your favourite sport? Where do you live? My favourite colour? I don't know. White. That's not a colour. My favourite sport? I'm not really into sport. And I live in Perth. When you manifest... What's this? An SP back, is it okay if it unfolds a bit slow, like it takes its time to open up? Yes, guys, please don't push it. Slowly, catchy monkey. That's the way you got to do it. Let them conform slowly. Don't push it and don't react. They are both wonderful. How do you say? If they're both wonderful, how do you decide? Well, they were both wonderful, but my second SP was more wonderful, and I loved him by then. And my first SP, we had a very, very long history and he had a lot of issues. I was affirming he didn't, and he started turning up without the issues anymore. But I guess my brain couldn't imagine that he was completely over them. I don't know if I could. He did such a 180, I couldn't almost believe it. But then the other one I'd fallen so madly in love with that I kind of didn't want the other one anymore. I just didn't want him. And I still care about him. I just don't want him in that way at all. Ever. Even though 7 years prior he'd caused me to have a nervous breakdown and it broke my heart. I've been rampaging that my SP changed his mind on the issue in a time crunch, but it's a no. Oh, okay, darling. Look, Charlotte, honestly, darling, think about the pros and cons of both. You're very early in this relationship. What will happen if you decide to make your decision the decision you want? How will that affect this relationship? Will it ruin it? I don't want to affirm that, but think about that logically. It's a very new relationship. Let it grow. That would be my advice to you. I love how Neville describes 3D conforming as just nature. It's literally just nature. Yes. Look, nature abhors a vacuum. It'll always obey the laws of nature. Okay, there are certain laws of nature that will always follow, right? So he just says the way that manifesting has been set up in people's minds is natural. It is part of nature. We've been given this power and it's just natural that we use it or misuse it. Either way, we're using it. Whether we don't realize we're using it, we're unconsciously manifesting things we don't want, or consciously using it, either way, it's still happening regardless as part of nature. Yeah. Does that make sense, Charlotte? Look, it's not... Don't listen to me because it's absolutely your decision. The sun will always rise and set. All our minds will always create, and our minds will always create. Yes, darling. It's really hard for me to change the old story with my dad, but I think it's making my manifestation... What? When I affirm, text from SP, I get it, but it's not always positive. Don't worry about it, darling. Slowly catch your monkey. Oh, I'm pressing things by accident. Yes, I'm getting so good at being patient. SP said he isn't ready for a full-blown relationship. We'll see, bud. Oh, yeah, we'll see. Look, don't worry about any of that shit, darling. That's just your old thinking that. Don't worry about it. If he's ringing you up and saying he misses you and stuff, bullshit. What a lot of bullshit. I call bullshit on that, darling. Is SP's not afraid to be loved a good affirmation? I wouldn't even hold the story that he's afraid to be loved. That's a fucking story you're holding there, darling. He loves being loved. He loves being loved by me. He loves the love I give him. I give him the most perfect love. He can't get enough of the love I give. I wouldn't even use the word afraid in there because that's negative. And that's still holding a story that he's feeling that way. I have an LOA playlist. Can I have a song choice from you to add, Loz? Oh. Anything that builds your queen energy up, darling. Okay? Anything Beyonce songs or Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion or anything like those kind of like Nicki Minaj kind of songs like that. Build up your self-concept. Is there any way to speed up manifestation? I really feel that I'm ready. No, darling. Just got to get rid of the old story about it and really believe that it's true. The harder an SP resists, the more they love you. They're just scared. That's how I see it. The harder an SP resists, the more they love you. They are just scared. Well, darling, if you hold on to that fucking story about they're just scared, well, you'll constantly manifest SPs that are scared. Stop saying they're scared. That's a belief you have. That's how I see it. That's how you see it, is your assumption. Throw that assumption completely away and you won't end up with any SPs that are scared. Got it? Oh, Rihanna's really good too, yes. All right, guys, I've got to go soon. My brain gave me old memories of me and SP, so I said, it's all good, and he loves me because he does. Wonderful, darling. Wonderful. What are you talking about, Mason? Things change inside me and really affect it on the outside without even talking about it. Yes, it all comes from the inside, darling. What's this? I can't see all the rest of it. My self-concept became great because of you, and I love myself now, and people respect my boundaries. Without even telling them. They make sure I'm okay and I'm feeling good before coming over. Things change inside me and really reflected on the outside without even talking about it. Yes, darling, you just did it in here. Yay, Mason. Hooray! Wonderful, darling. That is great news. Gonna get back to my cleaning. Oh, bye, guys. Love you all. I gotta go too. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. And please, if you don't follow me because I go live twice daily. And come and join the Facebook group Subconscious Laws. We are doing King Queen Challenge. It's finishing tomorrow. And then tomorrow we're doing a body positivity challenge. All right, guys. Love you lots. See you later. Bye.